That's pretty good. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing? All right, listen, I bring a lot of energy. I'm going to tell you that right now. My energy is to the roof. One of the reasons why I don't wear a headset is because I am loud, okay? So I have to kind of take the microphone and put it away from me. But I want you guys to get something out of this today. I want you to take tangible items. So if you're falling asleep or if you're sitting there getting too relaxed, I'm probably going to speak even louder to you. Okay, I'm just letting you know. I look at the crowd and I want interaction. This isn't just me giving you a whole bunch of information. I want to hear. How many of you are personal trainers right now in this building? Raise your hand, please. There we go. Gym owners, raise your hand, please. There we go. People who want to be personal trainers, raise your hand, please. People who are just here for the party, raise your hand, please. Hey, they're like, we just came for the donuts and whatever, right? Kathleen, you see who they are. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to be able to express here, do we have my slides, or are we just rocking and rolling with that? There we go, my man. All right, so leading from the front, FITFO plus leader framework. Let me tell you who I am first, because I know you heard that bio, but I think that's long, and most of you probably weren't paying attention. I get it. I've been in these conferences plenty of times, so I know how it goes. Thank you, sir. So here's the deal. I was a personal trainer, but I was also in the Marine Corps, 21 years. I retired from the Marine Corps in 2017, 1996 to 2017, and I was one of those veterans who had no idea what I was going to do next. I was the guy that got out and was like, am I supposed to curse? I can't curse, right? Okay, the hell with that. Holy shit! I'm walking into this new world and I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do next. You mean I can't play Marine? Bang, bang, that's it? That's all I wanted to do? No? What am I going to do? Fitness was it. I was a Marine Corps drill instructor. That's why I'm so loud. Okay? I yelled at recruits for 3 years, and it was great. Sit up right now! It was great. It was fun. Some of you, your heart raced a little bit. Look at you. It's okay. I don't do that no more. Okay? But here's the deal. I also didn't know how that was transferable into this new world. Okay? And being a Marine Corps drill instructor trying to be a personal trainer doesn't work. Now, you'll see it on Instagram, and you'll see people try to make it work. It doesn't work for sustainability or longevity. Okay? So I had to figure it the F out. Everybody can see what that means now. That's what FITFO means. Figure it the F out. And I'm going to show you how I've been look, I got a lot of chuckles in here, because I've been figuring it the F out since I was a kid. Imagine being 8 years old, Puerto Rican, from the Bronx, from the projects, and get dropped in Mesa, Arizona, in an all-white neighborhood. And back in my time, my parents said, you can't stay in the house. Get your ass outside and go make some friends. What do? Okay? That was my first FITFO moment, because I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to make friends around here. And I was different. I was loud. I talked funny. I said water, coffee, things like that. Some of you from the East Coast know what I'm talking about. There you go, my man. Right? So how did I figure it out? Then we fast forward. And I'm going to get into my story a little bit. But the reason why I'm so adamant about this is because currently right now, I own a 14,000 square foot training facility in Dallas, Texas, called Manifest Fitness Institute. It's the training facility. And I own a school, Manifest Fitness Institute, where I certify personal trainers. But we also do continuing education. So we do a lot of things to elevate the trainer. I'm partnered with NASM. Where's my man David at? That was just on stage. Partner with him, partner with TRX, partner with a lot of different entities to be able to provide the best value. But I'm going to go back, and I'm going to talk to you about why FITFO is so important. FITFO Leadership, okay? It's all about leading from the front. It's all about leading and being the example. But it isn't just the example in personal training, it's the example in business. See, the issue is that I get a lot of trainers that come into my facility. I've been in Dallas since 2022. I used to live here in Cali, by the way, Temecula, Marietta area. And I moved to Dallas. I didn't know anybody. Nobody. I had to market myself. I had to market my facility. I had to let them know who we were. And the way to do that was to get out and do this. Shake hands, rub elbows. Can't kiss babies nowadays. That one is a no-go. But that used to be back in the day. But we go out and we meet people. Maria, how you doing? We met today. Maria, I sang to her. She was like, hey, you're cool. She knows my name. That's what you got to do. You got to get out and meet people. So if you're here, they were right earlier today. Get out and meet somebody. If you didn't leave here with 5 connects or 5 contacts from this particular thing at the minimum, then you're sadly, you just missed out on the boat. Learn, meet some folks, okay? But leadership is for fitness professionals and business owners is what I do. Because I teach personal trainers how to be business owners. Not just trainers that are making minimum wage. Call me out, I don't care. 60 to 80% of their sessions taken from them. How many of you lived that life? Raise your hands. Thank you. Some of you didn't want to admit it. It's okay. I'll call it out. Results, responsibility, execution, driving that. Okay? And the fitness industry is brutal. You know it and I know it. How many of you have a problem right now getting on social media and actually marketing yourselves? I told you this is interactive. And so there you go. I appreciate that. I like, she was like, yeah, me, shit, me. Right? There you go. You have a problem you have a high level of education? I'm asking you. Yes, you. You too. You, both of you. Huh? You have a master's degree. Can you get on social media and actually teach, any part of your master's degree and be able to do it fluid? There you go. And a lot of people have a hard time with that. Putting themselves out there and actually showing education because they want to show off their abs and their glutes. Did I do it right on? Did I do it right? I didn't do it right. Okay, I tried, okay? But the moral of the story is that's what everybody thinks is going to sell. This is what sells, ladies and gentlemen. Your brain, that education. And so there's a lot of high turnover. There's inconsistent income. There's burnout. There's no systems. Too many trainers are winging it. I see a lot of shaking heads in here. I'm preaching right now. I'm taking you out of church. I can see it. So leadership isn't optional. It's survival. And FITFO, what it means is taking ownership when things go wrong. Oh, my God. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not listening to me right now, cool. But you got to take ownership. When the shit hits the fan, get an umbrella. Like that one, don't you? You can take it home with you. When the shit goes bad, don't cower up in a ball. I see so many trainers that do the same thing. Business owners that are around right now on the outside. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's why you're here. You're doing marketing. You're trying to get it out there. You're trying to showcase your product. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. You may not get a lot of leads. And then you're going back to the boss and you're like, boss, there wasn't too many people there or whatever. But you figure it out somehow, some way. Making decisions without perfect conditions. Look, we got to adapt and overcome. Y'all understand that, right? Got to adapt and overcome. The storm is going to come, but the sunshine will come out sooner or later. But when that storm is happening, y'all know, we feel it. And learn while executing. Adjust fast. Make those adjustments and then move. Don't quit. Just figure it out. Here's my story. I didn't get a playbook. I was young. I got hit with responsibility, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. And then there was the military, discipline. Boom. This is what you got to do. This is how you got to be. Fitness, got into it. Then it was an entrepreneur as a fitness. So I was a personal trainer for 4 years running my own business. I made about $15,000 on average a month. Now you can say, how the hell did you do that? Very easily. I upped my prices. I have people in this room that have been to my business seminars before, and they also remember me as a personal trainer. I had clients, but I charged what my value was. I got compensated for the value I provided. But then I also gave the best value. So what they were just speaking up here about education, that's value. When you can portray your value to that consumer, to that client, and they look at you and they're like, man, this is awesome, they're going to come back for more. I was talking with Randy back there with TRX. Shout out to Randy right there. You're the man, brother. There you go. Owner and founder of TRX. And we got into a conversation where I became a mentee right there in the back. And I listened to what he was teaching me, and then he educated me on some good stuff between venture capitalists and private equity firms and this and that. And I was like, man, I want to know more. Can I get your information, Randy? He gave it to me, and of course, I'm going to hit him up to get more education. Education is continuous. I'm 47 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a grandpa. I had 2 grandkids. My kids are all in their 20s. Thank you. Hey, right? But I've made my mistakes, I've made my failures, and I've pivoted because I continuously said, I need to figure it the F out. This isn't a motivational speech, by the way. I want every last one of you to think right now, and I see the thought bubbles popping up. Where's one area that you can figure it the F out right now? Does everybody have something right now? Shake your heads. If you have something that you can figure it the F out, that you're having a hard time doing it, but today you're going to figure it out. So I see that it's common. Doesn't matter the demographic, doesn't matter the background, doesn't matter where you're at, you have it. Every phase requires FITFO. Look at that picture right there. 16 years old. I became a dad. 17 years old, 2 weeks after graduation, high school grad. I became a father to a child with Down syndrome. That's my boy. It made me get emotional up here. 17 years old. Okay? Got quiet. Y'all feel that, huh? I had to figure it out quick. I was a knucklehead. Pretty boy, thought he knew everything. And I had to figure it out quick. 3 months later, here we are. Now, these are a couple FITFO moments that I want to share because they're probably the most important FITFO moments. Me becoming a dad at 17 years old to a Down syndrome child, or a child with Down syndrome, special needs child, however you want to call it. 3 months later, joined the Marine Corps. And through that time, that picture on the right, that was me getting dropped in the middle of Iraq in 2008. I turned 30 in the middle of nowhere. How many of you are 30 right now? There we go. I turned 30 in the middle of Iraq, up by the Syrian and Turkey border. And they said, hey, figure it out. I pissed in a tube and shit in a bag for about 4 months, no shower. What do? You figure it out. Your situation is not that bad. It could be worse. You feel me? Try shitting in the bag for 4 months. Not fun. And the picture to the left, where I'm saluting, was my retirement date, June 9, 2017. Here's the deal. I didn't volunteer to retire. I got forced to retire because I pissed off a lot of people with my mouth, you can imagine. Hey, wait a minute. I was one who stood up for my Marines. I stood up for my people, and I didn't care who it was that I had to stand up to. Well, I had to learn quick that doesn't always lead to success. So they made sure that I exited out after 21 years. And I did, but I had to figure it out quickly. Personal training was my outlet. Fitness was my outlet. Education was my outlet. Business ownership was my outlet. And then lastly, leadership was my outlet because I figured out who the fuck I was. I was a leader. I'm sorry if I offended anybody with my language. I was a leader. I'm sorry, I didn't even know you were here. I'm a leader. My apologies. Okay? But with that being said, whoops, my bad. That's where I found what I was really passionate at. And what I was passionate at is results. This is Dana Benalis. And Dana Benalis now owns a NutriShop in South Carolina, and she is competing in her first bodybuilding competition. She was 300 pounds. Thank you. Thank you. Guess when was the last time I trained her? August of 2021. The clients, when they feed off of you and they know that you're there for them and you have the education to continue to give them, they will continue going if you're good at what you do. You want a meter scale, trainers? That's a meter scale. Are your clients coming back to you years later after not training with you and saying, Mark, I'm entering my first bodybuilding competition. Mark, I own a NutriShop now. Now, the thing is that all of you have the capability to do so. I am not special. Even though my man that was up here was talking about the great sperm. Hey, obviously made a great person. I'm going to take that one with me. I'm sorry. That was good. But the moral of the story is that anybody can do it. It's about how you educate yourself. And education, sometimes, in a lot of this world, everybody frowns upon it. And I don't understand why. Listen, look at the longevity. Look at some of these, sorry, gentlemen and ladies. Look at some of these older gentlemen and ladies that are in the room that have been around the block a little bit. You think they got there off of Instagram, abs and glutes? They got there based on their education. So that's why I'm so passionate about education in this mindset. The hard truth is nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. You got to figure it out. There's no manager. There's no corporate ladder. There's no guaranteed paycheck. There's no safety net. You are the system. How many of you know your roadmap right now? Raise your hands. Do you know what a roadmap is? What's your next level in the career? What's your next level? How many of you want to be gym owners? Raise your hand. There you go. Good. How many of you actually want to do what I'm doing and speak on stage? There you go. Good. How many of you want to be a local brand? How many of you want to be a regional brand? How many of you want to be a statewide brand? What about a national brand? There we go. You know where I'm going? International, baby. Ain't that right, Nathan? We going, right? We going international. That's right. Because that's where I want to go, but it doesn't maybe fit everybody, but what's where you want to go? And start setting those goals. There's a reason why SMART goals exist. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time. There's a reason for that. It's not just cliche. Am I boring anybody yet? Good. Because I can go out there and do a dance if you want. No, I'm just kidding. Fitness pros, they get this wrong. How many, look at this board right here. Look at this TV screen. Do we know people? No, you laughed out loud. Look at you. He LOL'd. Look at it. You can think of somebody right now, can't you? The great trainer, but the poor leader. The person who loves fitness, but avoids business, doesn't want to do any marketing, doesn't want no CRM, doesn't want to raise their prices, doesn't like, look, she was like, right? Doesn't want to do any of the back end stuff. I just want to train people. Leave me alone. The person that hustle hard, the person that's grinding, waking up at 4:30 in the morning, getting out there grinding all day, training clients back to back to back to back to back to back, 8 hours a day. We know what I'm talking about? But has no structure whatsoever. Clients paying them Venmo. I'm sorry, if you do it, don't do it no more. Stripe, Square, attach it to your CRM, send out invoices, do it professionally with a label, a logo, something of that nature. Make sense? Recurring payments. You blame the market. Oh, the market. Economy. Oh, the economy. Right? Or, no, it's just my clients. They just suck. Really? The clients suck or you suck? Sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow. He's shaking his head. You know, exactly. Leadership fixes all of it. And this is what leadership is. It's clarity under pressure. It's decision-making when it's uncomfortable. How many of you are avoiding a hard conversation right now as we speak? You know what I'm talking about. Maybe firing somebody. Maybe telling somebody they suck. If you suck, you suck. Be direct. Make sense? Direct fire weapon system. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. That's the way it is. I'm going to tell you how it is. Make sense? Y'all like that one? You keep it too. So decision making when it's uncomfortable, consistency where motivation is gone. We all know when you wake up some days you don't want to do it. We've all been there, done that. There's moments where you don't want to do it. But you have to showcase that leadership. You have to showcase that example. So you have to get up. I always have a saying that says somebody is always watching. Doesn't matter if it's on social media. It doesn't matter if it's your kids. It doesn't matter if your wife, your husband, whoever, somebody is watching you. What kind of example are you going to set for them? And leadership is action. It's not just a title. We can sit here and we can have all titles all day, but if you ain't leading from the front, it ain't leadership. And it starts with you. Your habits. How many of you wake up at 4:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning right now? Hey, my people. All right. Your discipline. How many of you have meal plans right now? I know you do because you're on prep. You said it this morning, right? Good. Your standards. How many of you hold high standards when you're training your clients? How many of you have a clipboard when you're training your clients? Ooh. How many of you actually have a timer that's on an iPad, not your phone? Ooh. How many of you actually have a stopwatch around your neck? Anybody? I was going to say old school, right? Your energy, can you see my energy right now? How energetic are you coming to the stage every single time? Are you like, 1, hey, you did great, Susie, 2, right? Nobody wants to be around that. People don't follow words, they follow behavior. They follow how you are because leaders, okay, This is why most businesses stall. This is why personal trainers have a hard time as independent contractors, because they avoid hard conversations. You have that client that's been coming in late. Have you told them, yo, you got one more time? You got one more time. Come in late, see what happens. Right? Matter of fact, for every minute you come in, that's 10 burpees. 30. Give it to them. But when they know that you're doing it because you love them and you want the best for them, they're going to own those burpees. Does that make sense? Delayed decisions. How many of you are analysis and paralysis, or paralysis by analysis? Analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze, and you never actually take that step because you're like, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that mindset. People don't expect what they expect. How many of you are team leaders here, have teams under you? Good. How many of you check their leads? How many times they call people? How many times that they're actually engaging, nurturing those clients? How many of you are actually watching them on the floor? I was having a conversation with somebody earlier. We were talking about the trainer that sits on his phone while the clients are doing their thing. I have a trainer, no, I'm not kidding you, that makes $150 a session, and you see the man on his phone 24/7. But for some reason, people pay him. I don't get it, okay? But that's not leadership, it's avoidance. So here's my leader framework. Please take a picture of this. Please take a picture of it. Take out your phones. I know everybody got a phone. Take a picture of it. Because this is how you're going to lead your day. This is how you lead personally. This is how you lead professionally. You lead with clarity. You be clear, very clear of your intentions, okay? You evaluate continuously, you adapt quickly, drive execution, you empower your team, you reflect and refine. We're going to go through them real quick. We're going to establish a clear vision. How many of you have a clear vision right now of where your goal is going to be? Clear vision. How many of you got a business plan? Ooh. How many of you should have a business plan but don't have a business plan? Hey, let's have some honesty in this place. Do you know your mission statement? How many of you have a mission statement right now that you can spit out? My mission statement is to help everyone and anyone who gets in my vicinity to be successful, whether personally or professionally. That's my mission statement. Do you have yours? Can you spit it out? Fluid. Does it hit people and go, oh, man, you need to have that. Okay? And then you effectively communicate it to your team. Who's your team? Who's your team? You? Who else? Your team? Who else? Who else? Your family? Does your family know your goals? Does your family know where you're going? Wife, husband, kiddos, do they know? I've got 4 kids, 29, 27, 26, and 21, 2 boys and 2 girls, and they all know my plan. And they don't live with me. They live in all types of parts of the United States. Matter of fact, my son's in the Middle East right now, and he's in the Air Force. So, but he knows my plan. Does your family know your plan? Because maybe one day my kids may say, hey, Dad, you know what? I think I want to work with you. Now, I'm going to tell you, the majority of is going to say, nah, I ain't working with him because he's going to hold a high standard, and I don't want to do that. Just calling it what it is. Parents that are in here, you know what I'm talking about, right? So the next thing is evaluate continuously. Regularly assess everything that you're doing. Every day. How many of you have taken a self-evaluation of yourself? How many of you hit the gym 3-4 times this week? Hey. How many of you got pull-ups in? Squats. There we go. Push-ups. Little little core workout. How many of you stretched? We did this morning, right? We stretched this morning. You need to track these things and make sure that you're staying on task. Adapt quickly. Be flexible, ready to adjust at any given minute, okay? Have some feedback. Ask people, where do I suck? Where do I suck at, man? In this presentation, where do I suck at? Hey, okay, anybody who has anything feedback, give it to me. Be louder. Thank you. And take it. Yeah, right? Be louder. How to wake y'all up. But the point is that be willing to take that criticism. Be willing to take that, hey, this is where you can get better at. And then refine. As you move forward, you drive execution. You make action. You take action, always. You empower your team. Don't micromanage. Do not micromanage. If you're a team leader, don't micromanage. Give them a task, step back, allow them to do their thing. Okay? And then check up at them. You got to inspect what you expect still. And then reflect and refine. Take that time, all of you, to take a second and reflect on yourselves and see, where am I messing up, and refine it. That's the FITFO and leader combined. When problems hit, FITFO mindset, leadership process. Calm mindset, stay calm, don't panic, clear frameworks, and then relentless execution. Take your head, throw it through a brick wall. That's the type of mindset you got to have, because all of you pictured that. And you got to have that type of mindset in your business. Here are real scenarios. Tell me anybody who's dealt with this. I see a lot of shaking heads. Client cancellation, I'm not going to make it. I think I might be a little under the weather. Right? Cash flow dips. You lost 4 clients. Cost you what? $4,000. And you're like, dude, I was expecting that money. What am I going to do? Staff turnover for those of you that are leads. We just can't find good people. How many times you hear that? I see a ton of good people in this crowd right now. They're out there. And in slow seasons, what's the slow season for personal training? November, December. But what did you have in place in August for November and December? Did you have the online platform all ready for them? Call it the 90-day challenge. 90 days starts October. It works its way through December 31st. So yeah, take your vacation, Susie. John, go have a good time. But guess what? Your program is loaded on your online platform. Have fun in Hawaii and take pictures. That's how you make moves. If you feel overwhelmed, you feel stuck, you feel capped, you feel burnt out, you don't need motivation, you need structure. You need to build it. And this is what successful leaders do. We make decisions faster. We build systems, we delegate, and we stay disciplined within ourselves, so it shows people that we're disciplined. And we keep learning. I made that one last. You want to know why? Because it never stops. I don't care how old you are, education continues. For you young people that are in the crowd right now, it never stops. So if you think, I'm going to graduate high school, I ain't got to do it no more. Nope, you still learn. You continue learning. I'm 47 and I'm still learning. You know how it feels to be a grandpa and have a 6-year-old and 5-year-old granddaughters, and you're like, okay, I can't really discipline them the way I would discipline them. I got to be nice. Don't do that, right? You see what I'm saying? And then my kids look at me crazy. They're like, who are you? Okay? We FITFO. We FITFO continuously. And FITFO isn't hype. It's daily, showing up, handling pressure, doing the work, fixing the gaps. With me? Here's your challenge. Take a picture of it. Go ahead, take a picture of it. Come on. You came here to learn. Take a picture of it. This is your reflect and refine. Where am I avoiding leadership? What problem do I need to FITFO right this second? And where do I need more structure? There's only one person in this world that will be 100% honest with you, and that's you. Because the minute you look in the mirror, you know you're lying. Everybody else can lie to you. You know you can't lie to yourself. Find out where you're failing. Find out where you need that help. Here are my final thoughts. Lead from the front, figure it the F out. Because if you don't, your business will decide for you. When you lose clients, when you're struggling, can't pay your rent, you got all those things, this is what's going to happen. Continue to refine. And as more that you refine, your business will get better. If you want structure, accountability, leadership growth, seek out people. I just told you about me meeting with Randy in the back and getting educated. Dr. Mike, raise your hand. Wealth of knowledge. I've talked to him plenty of times. And if you want to know science, that's the man. Nathan Highland, right back there. You want to talk international stuff? You want to talk all the things? That's the man. I don't think I know it. I go to Nathan because he knows it. Networking, Kathleen and Al. Hey, give them a round of applause. They're the power of the networkers. Get the coaching from them. Put in systems and make execution. With that being said, I appreciate your guys' time. I hope I brought some energy before lunch because I know everybody's hungry. That stomach growling, I heard a couple of them up here. I want to tell you, lastly, before I step off the stage, because I'm right on time, Al, right on the button. I love it. That's what practice gets you, by the way. Listen, we are just as important as first responders, as military veterans, as doctors. We are just as important being leaders in the fitness industry. We are preaching, we are coaching, and we are guiding people to longevity of life. We deserve to be compensated for the value that we provide. And if you don't think that, you need to start owning that. Don't feel bad by charging a high premium on your services, but don't give shit services and demand a high price. Fair enough? Thank you. That's my time. I appreciate you guys.